Let's go see some chickens.
That's right. So here's our coop, kinda.
Chickens.
This is a greenhouse concept thing where we kind of merge the coop and the greenhouse together. If you own chickens, let me come around here, you basically could get by with just a teeny little coop. It's hard to see because this is Minnesota and it snowed. But this little thing right here is what most people buy if they have 2 or 3 backyard chickens.
Yeah.
Is that right, Robin? They'll
That's
fit
true.
about 2 or
Well,
3 people?
Yeah, you really, maybe 2. You
Maybe.
might get in there, but.
Here's our nesting box. They still sometimes use that to
That's
lay
just
the
summer.
golden eggs. Apparently eggs are very expensive. We
Yeah.
wouldn't know because we rarely buy them. Because
We know
I mean,
how
we have
expensive
chickens,
the chickens
but also
are,
we
though.
just don't use a lot of eggs. How much eggs cost?
Yeah.
From
But,
what I get from the media, they cost like what, $50 each?
yeah.
Is that right? They're pretty expensive now. All right, so here
Something
we
along
go.
those lines. So this is, I have not been in here yet today.
Yep.
I come out at least once a day just to check on them. So this is a typical coop, what it would look like, at least in this setup. So what I usually do is I'll come in and I'll collect, they are laying eggs.
Hey, look
now.
at that.
Yeah,
$50 right there.
There's only one that is currently laying because of the time of the year.
Okay.
And there are months where they're not going to lay at all because they lay based on amount of sunlight. So
Okay.
it's just not bright enough. So the orange one is Jane. She's our elder. She's like 7.
Does she still lay eggs, you think?
No, chickens will lay eggs about the first 3 years, maybe 3-4 years.
Interesting.
If they're kept well, they're treated well. But they'll live to be up to 8. So
Okay.
we have chosen to treat our chickens like pets, so we keep them throughout their natural life.
We do not eat our
lifespans.
chickens.
Yeah, so we'll have them until like age 8, even though they're not laying.
What is this one that was coming toward me? This one with the little black specks or the white specks?
This one? So
Yeah.
this is April.
That's April.
Yeah, and then the gray one is May.
Let's see if I can get a shot of the gray one.
And then
There she is.
It's April, May, and June. Based
How
on
many
their
eggs do we get in the summertime? Like what's peak production? Is it summer or spring or
They
something?
it depends on the breed.
Okay.
These breeds, I think they'll probably all lay almost once a day. So you'll probably get like 5 eggs a week per chicken. Yeah. So that's their feeder.
Okay.
This is a mouse per feeder.
Okay.
So perfect for anywhere in your coop. But this feeder probably costs maybe, I don't know, $90 or something like that.
Okay.
So
Oh, I see. So they jump on that plate and it pops open, and that's how they get their food
yes,
out.
exactly. Yeah. So
that-
down here,
Oh,
and
there
it
you go.
opens up the lid. And so one thing that I need to do is check all the time is, what's the food level. And so I do fill that probably once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah, we need so. Then you have to have a tin can like this because otherwise rodents are going to get in your food.
All right.
And
So that's where we're keeping the food.
Neighbors are going to be really upset with you. So,
I would imagine.
so we keep it in here in this bag of.
That's a big bag.
Yeah, the food comes. I think it's probably.
We have our Lucky
They're-
Chimes. Don't mind those.
Yeah, $25 a bag.
$25 a bag.
I think, and we probably get that maybe once a month.
Okay.
So we're feeding them. That's probably about the cost of feed.
All right.
We do let them go in the yard when they can actually get to the ground and they want to go out. So they do eat some stuff out of the ground.
And they enjoy the scrounging and all that.
Yep. Yeah. So
right.
you can offset some of your food costs by having them free range, and then you can also give them chicken or kitchen scraps to offset some of that food cost. So, ooh, look they're coming out.
They come out. They do tend
Yeah.
to follow you around, I've noticed.
They do, and it's I think because they
Very
know that
cute.
I will give them treats. So another thing that we do is I'll get them a big box of these dried worms.
I love worms.
I love worms too.
And the dog also might love the worms, so we try
Yeah,
to keep
he
the dog
does
away
actually.
from the worms.
The dog does love the worms, but it gives them a little bit of extra protein. They don't really need it because they have the balanced meal. But I hope that it relieves some of their boredom.
Yeah.
They're just in the coop all day
Sure.
in the winter, and so it gives them something fun to do.
So it sounds to me like these are really pets, and you don't see them as a money-making opportunity.
no, just a nice bonus. You don't do it for the eggs.
Don't do it for the eggs.
because-
That should be the headline, because I'm
Right.
getting a lot of people at work saying I should get chickens because
Yeah.
I want cheap eggs. And It
Well,
doesn't. It seems like there's some expenses,
think-
even though we don't always keep everything
No.
up as well. Like there's this white thing over here. That's for water, I assume.
Yeah, that's a water bucket, and that plugs in. So that's our winter water bucket. In the
Minnesota.
summer, we don't need to have the electric water bucket because you have to, So a little bit of electricity costs.
Oh, speaking of the black panel over here, that's the heater, right? That thing on the,
Yes. Yep.
I don't know if I can get a good look at that.
Yeah, so you want to plug that into because when it gets probably below, for us, we've chosen to go with about 15 degrees, or maybe with this group, maybe about 10 because they have small combs.
Okay. Yeah, the combs those are what the frostbite is. And
Yes, in the feet, but they're pretty good at cold temperatures, but they do get frostbite, and obviously it's just a comfort. You don't want to torture your birds. So some group of chickens for about 7 years now.
so it's something you enjoy.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I think the costs of it balance out over time. So the longer you have them, the more cost effective it's going to be because this has been the same coop, the greenhouse we've had since the beginning, and this costs like $600.
The greenhouse?
Yeah.
Oh, it might have been a little cheaper, but yeah,
Oh,
something
okay.
like that.
And of
then we
course-
cut a hole in it so the chickens could get.
Yep.
That was good planning. But
Yeah.
we'd used it for a greenhouse for a while. You can
So-
buy coops if you don't want to do something crazy like we did with the greenhouse.
Yeah.
We're pretty unique in that.
Yeah.
How much, like you can buy the coops where you buy the feed and stuff, right? Like if you went to like a chicken
Oh.
supply place that sells
Oh, for sure. You can
chickens
get them
and chicks
online.
and-
There's a lot of groups. There's some Facebook groups of chicken owners that you can, people get into it and then they get out of it and they want to sell everything.
That's a good tip.
So I would say probably buy used.
Okay. Buy used.
Yeah, buy used.
Good,
but
good. But if they did just have to pick one up, what are they, like a few $100 or something?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another
But
cost.
we did a lot of other stuff. So that's a cost. The food is a cost.
Sure.
If there's any kind of medical issue,
Oh yeah.
that's a cost. You can. I've taken chicken to the vet twice.
Really?
Yep. And,
All right.
and I think
that might surprise some people.
there are a lot of vets now that will specialize. I mean, they're
Well,
birds.
it's like any
right?
other thing
It's
that's
a bird.
living with you. You do get attached.
So vet visit, they do discount for chickens. I think I was paying like $40 a visit.
Okay.
But then you have any kind of medicine if they prescribe antibiotics or whatever.
All
and
right.
then, there's things that come up where you can treat at home, you can treat with herbs, you can treat with over the counter.
That sounds like it takes some time.
It takes time, and it also costs money to, go and buy the medicines. They're really easy. I mean, we can go on vacation. And they're almost like cats. They'll take care of themselves
Sure.
to an extent.
Make sure they have enough food,
Yeah,
water,
but- right?
a place to live that's safe.
You really
warmth.
need to check. You should check in on their welfare at least once a day, right? And,
Sure.
And you have to gather the eggs because they might get old or they might step on them and break them. And
Woohoo, egg.
yeah.
Look at us with the free egg.
Yeah, it is really nice. But in terms of like upkeep, I'll probably come in and clean out the chicken poop every few weeks, maybe. One more cost.
Okay.
This is
One more cost.
This is our choice. Is that we put down pine shavings,
Oh yeah.
and they're pretty well shaven because if they're like the bigger chunks, those could actually cut their feet and then they could get a foot infection.
Okay.
But that could be a cost too. And again, that's just a choice of how you set your coop up.
Well, we tend to pay for these little nesting pad things too, right?
Yes, that
then
is true. I don't
that's
think
another
I
cost,
have
I
any
guess.
left. But yeah, these nesting pads.
Time to get back to the store. We go to like what your
Yeah.
Fleet Farms will have them, and there's a local co-op place that sells chicken stuff, and
eggplant.
you can buy it
in St.
online.
Paul, for
Yep.
sure. What other? And you
Oh
can
yeah,
buy.
shout out to Eggplant.
Yeah.
Our local chicken place.
Yeah, you can buy toys for chickens to keep, because boredom can be an issue. I mean,
Sure.
they're smart animals, so
Yeah,
and
Alrighty.
they're trainable, so you can have fun with them that way, I guess.
nice.
Thank you, girls.
Good seeing you,
See you
ladies.
later.
All right, so let's start to sum this up here because I'm already going to be doing some substantial editing, I think, for this video.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to know about chicken ownership, though, and that's why I wanted to come out here with you while you were getting the chickens ready.
Yes, yeah.
And so you get your egg, right?
Got the egg.
But it sounds like what you're telling me is owning chickens. Like if I can paraphrase, and you tell me if this is close.
Yeah.
Chickens are great.
Yes.
They do lay eggs.
Yes.
But they're not free, and if you're not paying for the eggs, you're paying for the coop, for the water, for the electricity, for the heater, for the pretty
There
much
is-
all the
there is
stuff you'd pay if
an
you had a
investment.
pet.
It's investment costs. So If you keep them for a long time, years and years,
Yeah.
then you could potentially maybe start to get cheaper eggs.
Right.